As the sun sets and the sky turns to dusk, a familiar sense of dread often creeps in for many farmers. The silhouette of a bat, the world's only flying mammal, appears. For centuries, they've been branded as villains, as pests that threaten crops and livelihoods. But what if I told you that this perception is not just wrong, but dangerously incomplete? The true story of the bat is one of incredible importance, especially in places like Indonesia, home to over 225 unique bat species. To really understand these creatures, we have to look past the spooky stories and dive into the vital roles they play in our world. So, what exactly do bats do? Well, scientists classify them based on what they eat, and each group has a job that is absolutely essential for a healthy planet. First up, let's talk about the insect eaters, the insectivores bats. These guys are the unsung heroes of the night. Using an incredible biological sonar called echolocation, they hunt with pinpoint accuracy. Get this, a single, small bat can gobble up to 1,000 mosquito-sized insects in just 1 hour. That's not just a snack, that's a full-on pest control service. They're like a tiny, flying air force, taking out agricultural pests, like plant hoppers and moths, that would otherwise destroy crops. This saves farmers a fortune on chemical pesticides. In the United States alone, it's estimated that bats save the agricultural industry over $3 billion every single year. Plus, by eating mosquitoes, they help reduce the spread of diseases like malaria and dengue fever. They are quite literally natural, free, and incredibly effective public health workers. Next, let's meet the nectar drinkers, the nectarivores bats. Think of them as the night shift for pollination. With their long snouts and brush-like tongues, they are perfectly built to drink nectar from flowers that only open after dark. This makes them the primary pollinators for some of the most important tropical plants. A great example from Southeast Asia is the Durian. That pungent, spiky, and incredibly valuable fruit, its successful production is heavily dependent on these bats visiting its flowers at night. Without them, the yield of durian, along with other crops like petai and kapok, would drop dramatically. They even pollinate mangrove trees, which are critical for protecting our coastlines. These bats are the secret matchmakers keeping entire ecosystems and economies running. And finally, we have the fruit eaters, or frugivores bat. This group includes the giants of the bat world, like the flying fox, which can have a wingspan of up to 1.5 meters. Now, this is where the conflict usually begins. When a huge colony of these bats descends on a mango, rambutan, or cocoa plantation, the damage can be devastating. They can wipe out a farmer's harvest in a very short time, leading to significant financial losses. From this perspective, it's completely understandable why they're seen as destructive pests. But here's the shocking truth that gets missed in all the frustration. These fruit bats are more than just fruit consumers. They are the master architects of our forests. They are nature's Unlike birds that tend to stay close to home, fruit bats carry fruit for incredibly long distances, sometimes up to 50 kilometers away from the parent tree. When they eat, they eventually drop the seeds far and wide, conveniently packaged with their own little dollop of natural fertilizer, their droppings. And here's the most crucial part. Bats aren't picky about where they fly. They will soar over open, damaged, or even burned out land, areas that most birds would actively avoid. This makes them the primary agents of reforestation. They are literally planting the seeds for future tropical forests, rebuilding ecosystems that have been destroyed. So, this brings us to the heart of the problem. The conflict between farmers and fruit bats isn't really about the bats being malicious. It's a symptom of a much larger crisis. Our planet's tropical rainforests are disappearing at an alarming rate, cleared for things like palm oil plantations, mining operations, and urban expansion. As the bats' natural homes and food sources vanish, they are left with a simple choice for survival: find food where it's available. And right now, that's often on human farms. They aren't invading our spaces. They are ecological refugees, forced into our orchards because their own homes have been bulldozed. Blaming a bat for eating fruit is like blaming a river for flowing downhill. It's just what they do. The real conflict arises from human actions that have thrown the delicate balance of nature completely out of whack. The first step toward a solution, toward sustainable coexistence, is a change in perspective. We must start seeing bats not as pests, but as indispensable partners for our economy, our agriculture, and the health of our environment. They are the guardians of the night, and protecting them is essential for securing our own future. So the next time you see a bat silhouetted against the night sky, maybe instead of fear, you'll feel a little bit of gratitude. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden wonders of our natural world. See you next time.